Good doggy. Good boy. What would... Hey! You can't just walk around here without permission. Good. And don't come back till you've learnt your manners. What's this dog doing here?
What does that mutt
You'd
want
better
over
call
here?
back that dog.
Call off that
Learn
dog!
how to behave.
God be with you. What would you like?
How's life been treating you, innkeeper?
Fine, thanks for asking. The foundry workers are always mighty thirsty in the evening after slaving away at those hot furnaces all day long. They drink so much ale, I can hardly keep up with bringing it over.
So?
So, I can't really complain. I'm not the type of innkeeper to get an inn only to complain about it being full.
What's life like here? Is there anything new?
We live the best we can. The silver works are operating at full capacity, and the stables are doing well too, from what I've heard. If only those Hungarian bastards would fuck off already. That reminds me. Do you need a horse by any chance?
Get out!
Our Hannah is the local expert. I'm sure she'd be happy to help you.
What's new around here?
Well, Zudmira Blacksmith had one too many a while back, and told me some curious things. His wife was having an affair with Tomlin Brutons from Horsham, but then she sent her Zudmir to rough Tomlin up. I've no idea how things are between them. Strange thing is, Zudmir's a big fella, but Tomlin still beat the shit out of him. Don't mention it to Zudmir, though. He was all upset about it. But you could ask Kona, his wife. You might find out what's really going on there. And I also know Zudmir the blacksmith finally got himself a new apprentice. He was cursing for ages that he couldn't find anyone who could hold a hammer properly. Maybe he'll be satisfied now. I also heard there are some disputes among the miners. I don't know what it's about, but I heard it has something to do with their traditional archery contest. If you're interested, go and see the foreman Vlak in the Black Horse Tavern. And that's about it.
Interesting news. Thank you, innkeeper. Can I spend the night here?
We're not set up for that here.
Off you go.
I'll pay you well if you let me spend the night here every now and then.
Forgive me, sir. Unless you want to sleep on the hay.
That doesn't matter. I'd even be happy to pay for that bed of hay. Let's agree on a price. Is this enough?
You won't convince me with this. Thanks. It was my pleasure to help you, sir.
Off you go.
Where can I spend the night?
You can sleep above the shed. There's a ladder leading up there, and there's more than enough room.
Get out.
Farewell. Call off that dog!
Don't collect tithes before then.
Right. but I promised myself I wouldn't leave it till the last moment this year. So, have you got any ideas?
Well, if I did, I wouldn't leave it till the last moment this year.
Grosh told me over a few beers that you had a thing with someone from Horshan, and your husband got battered because of it.
Merciful Mary, so Grosh has been blabbing about me to God knows who. The shame of it. I'll have you know I did no such thing. I'm an honest woman.
My apologies. I'm merely repeating what I heard. So how are things between you?
There's a powerful protective charm I desperately need. A Thunderstone. It's a great rarity. But Tomlin Bruthans from Horshan has one. He just won't let me have it. The thing is, he sometimes wages it in fights.
I see. Now it all makes sense to me. So that's why your husband fought him.
Exactly. You see, nothing dishonest. But Stimir is feeling ashamed that young Bruthans gave him a thrashing.
What is a Thunderstone?
Well, they're formed when there's a violent storm with forks of lightning and peals of thunder. The biggest of these are thunderstones. They fall from the sky with a mighty boom and burrow deep into the earth. After a while, they work their way back up to the surface. And if you're lucky, that's where you'll find them.
What can these stones do?
Well, lots of things. If you have one, it protects you from all harm, helps you in battle, and brings good luck. It also wards off and cures diseases. And if you put it into the rafters of your cottage, you'll be protected from fire and all manner of other calamities.
What does the Thunderstone look like?
Well, from what I saw of Tomlin's, it's the size of a grown man's fist, perhaps a tad bigger, sort of elongated and curiously shaped. It's flat on one side and has a round hole through the middle.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but you want me to fight Tomlin and win the stone for you?
Well, yeah. And I know I'm asking a lot, but I'm really desperate. And I have no one else to turn to. I prayed fervently to the Virgin Mary and implored her for help. And now you've shown up. Besides, by the looks of you, you have the strength of a bull, perhaps two. So she surely sent you to help me.
All right. I'll help with your trouble.
Mary, Mother of Mercy, thanks be to the both of you. This means so much to me.
Save your thanks for when I bring it to you.
I shall. Don't you worry about that. We've got some groschen put by, so you'll be handsomely rewarded. I'm also on good terms with Hannah, so I could put a word in for you at the stud farm. She'll give a generous discount if you want to buy a horse from her. And I'll pray and intercede for you, I swear.
All right. You have yourself a deal. I'll go to Horshan and take on that Tomlin fellow.
God bless you. The Broadhands have a big farm. There's a wayside shrine in front of the gate and an orchard out the back. That's where you should find him. But be careful, and don't underestimate him. The stone has great power, and it won't be easy. See you later, my friend.
I tell you, and you dob me in.
Are you crazy? What? Why would I dob you in?
Look, just drop
What?
it, will you?
Oh,
Gossiping about
just
it won't
you,
do
eh?
anyone any good.
You think I'll blurt it out to the
Heal.
person I meet?
I just want to be sure nobody finds out.
Come here! Quick! 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 Go! Quick! Ka! 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 Go! Whoa! Whoa! Go! Whoa! Whoa!
Greetings, sir.
Hey, Tomlin. People around here tell me you have a thunderstone.
People say all sorts of things.
They also say if I beat you in a fight, it's mine.
Those days are over. There was a time I'd put it up for grabs in fights with cocky fools. That much is true. I even had a couple of craftsmen come from the burg to try their luck. But everyone got a thrashing. Well, then I decided to retire. It didn't seem right, and my conscience was getting the better of me. But I have a proposition for you. The local lads like to practice their fighting moves while I watch over them. So if you fancy a fight and don't mind getting a bit dirty, you can join in and show us what you're made of.
So I've heard. The innkeeper at the Devil's Den mentioned it.
Fuck me. You know everything, don't you? But yeah, I've battered my share of sluggers down at the den, that's true. That was before the army showed up. You won't find me at the Devil's Den these days. Anyway, what about you? Want to take on the locals?
Look, that's all very well, but it's you I'm here to fight. For the Thunderstone.
Fuck's sake. You're a bleeding half-wit, aren't ya? Let's try again. I'm not fighting for the stone anymore. I found it. It's mine. I'm keeping it.
But Kona from Grund really needs the stone.
Yeah, I know. She came by. And I told her, as I've told everyone else, that I found the stone, so by rights, it's mine. Not just anyone can find a stone like that. Only a person it's destined for. It wouldn't be right to give it to someone else. That would be tempting fate, and nothing good would come of it.
I want to see the stone first.
You what? Don't you believe me? Everyone here knows I have it.
Well, exactly. Everybody knows you have it, so why not show it to me? Besides, I've never seen a magic thunderstone, and here's my chance. I may never have another.
All right. Have it your way, then. Here it is. Almost as smooth as glass, and pointed at the end. It fits into your hand just right.
Look, this stone is nothing like Kona described. It doesn't even have a hole in the middle.
What are you talking about?
A thunderstone should have a hole from the lightning strike. It's not a thunderstone if there's no hole in it.
Oh, you're a scholar, are ya?
Well, I learned enough to spot when someone tries to hoodwink me with a rock they picked up in a creek.
I didn't mean to deceive you.
Stop fucking me around. I need to find the thunderstone. Do you have it or not?
I don't have it now. I really did find a thunderstone. And I had it right up until the other day when it was stolen. I didn't want word to get out because I'd look like a right fool. So I acted like nothing happened. I'm sorry for leading you on. I didn't mean any harm.
And do you have any idea who might have stolen it from you?
If you ask me, it was that Hansel from Rabosh and his little mate Peter. They were ever so curious about it right before it disappeared.
And you didn't do anything about it?
Of course I fucking did. I went to wring their necks, but they disappeared like the steam from my piss. They must have seen me and bolted, which only confirmed my suspicions. I haven't had any luck finding them since then, though, and I don't have time to chase them around the countryside. I have the farm to take care of.
All right. I'll have a look for them.
Well, when you get to Rabosh, take the main road away from the fortress until you reach the first farm on the right. There are hired hands there. That much I found out. And if you find the stone, please bring it back to me. I'll make sure you're well rewarded. You have my word. I was the one who found it, so by rights, it's mine. It was destined for me. To mess with fate would only bring bad luck and misfortune.
Tell me, how did you come by the stone in the first place?
That's a secret.
If you came by it honestly, why be so secretive about it?
I'm not hiding anything. I'm just not one to brag, that's all. And until it's back in my hands, I don't want to talk about it.
I can appreciate that, but sharing a story isn't exactly bragging.
All right, then. I found it a couple of years back in a field outside Billany. On the way to Wizard the Quarry. You probably know the place. I was going to take a shortcut through the woods, but there'd been a hell of a storm about a week before. It tore off roofs, carried away some shepherds' huts, even toppled the tower on those fortifications at Gutenberg. And it very nearly flushed us out of here too. A proper act of God it was. Well, the forest was a complete mess, so I couldn't go that way. So I decided I'd go through the field. And all of a sudden, I stumble over something. And what do I see? A thunderstone right under my foot. Stroke of luck it was.
My respects. You have a kind master, eh, doggy?
You're always welcome here, good sir.
Tell me more about the fight.
Ask away.
Can I get involved too?
Why not? It'll be good to have some. Do you have any experience?
Well, I haven't won any tournaments here.
Well, you'll see.
What fighters do you have here?
Stanley is the strongest. He will. After him, two. He has a steady hand. And last, and
Darling?
he's kind of like the local buffoon. His name's Tobias, but everyone just calls him Darling. When he was a wee lad, he fell on his head from a rotting ladder. And he's never been the same since. He takes care of his aunt's horses and dogs in Grunt.
He doesn't sound like an opponent.
Because he isn't.
And if I manage to beat them all?
Don't count your chickens before they hatch. Darling may be a bumbler, but, well, if you pull it off...
Where do your fights...
That old Chuchas.
And who might that be?
Chucho is our hog. We fight in his pen. He doesn't care. He always just hides in his pigsty.
I reckon I can find that.
I'm certain you can. See you later.
So, Tobias, do you enjoy fighting?
Do I know you?
I'm Henry. Young Bruthans told me you're learning to fight. How are you faring?
Well, it's not going so well.
You don't have to do it, you know. What do you get out of being beaten time and again?
I have to. I have to beat Stanley. So only it's always me who gets...
Well, how about trying your luck against me?
Why not? Do you have any money? We can bet, and whoever wins gets everything.
That sounds good. I agree.
Get ready, then.
I heard you've got a
Careful.
new addition to the family. Is it a boy?
Well, I lost again.
Thanks for the fight.
Yeah. Oh, and this is yours. Take it all. Now you can challenge Tuma. I like him. He's funny and kind. Not like Stanley.
I hope so. But at the christening,
Now
it'll
me.
look puppy to church.
Better than having your baby.
You look like a merry bloke.
Trust me.
What do you like about...
I'm a simple man. I like a good laugh, and sometimes
That's it.
I swear, I do it because I enjoy it.
Shall we fight?
But of course. And before we get started, let's bet.
If you say so. Here you go.
Thanks very much. And now fight.
Come on!
Did I scare you?
God bless.
Greetings.
Gosh, I feel like I've been split.
Thanks for the fight.
Aye, you're welcome. I should be thanking the big man on the sky. Here, take it all and don't...
Thanks.
Excuse me.
Why are you always picking on Tobias?
Just take a look at him. If he was any dumber, he'd be eating out of a trough with the pigs. Do you know he talks to animals? He talks to his mutts like they understand him. He'd be better off barking and pissing on the fence like them. But when we manage to get him drunk, now that's fun.
Tobias goes drinking with you?
No, but all you have to do is give him wine and tell him it's apple cider. A little of that and he's completely wasted. Then you should see the shit he gets up to. The last time that idiot almost drowned because he went to fish the moon out of the pond. We told him it was a silver platter.
Find something better to do and leave Tobias alone.
Mind your own business. I reckon that moron doesn't even know when someone's yanking his pizzle. Lord knows if there's anything left in that hollow of his.
Do you want to fight?
Sure, I could go for one. Do you have money to bet?
Of course.
I'm glad to hear it. Get ready and we can get started.
Show him what for!
Wanker! Show your stuff! I'll paint you black and blue. Bad luck! Who wants a knock? Should I call you a priest? Or your ma? I'll paint... Should I call you a priest? Or your ma? Oh. That was something. Do you have two left hands? Who wants to knock you on your ass? I'll piss in your face. Oh, boo bloody who? What's the matter? Does it... Bad luck. Do you have two left hands? Do you have two left hands?
How's your sister?
Fine. Why that?
I heard she was sick. I just wanted to know if she's feeling better.
It was nothing. Just a slight cold. Aye, a man would be calling for the priest, but women are made of stronger stuff.
I'll drop by and visit her sometime then.
Feel free. You're no longer in mortal danger.
May God grant you good health.
See you later. I wish you well.
Greetings.
Good to see you, friend. Sacre! I reckon I cut off more than I could chew. You really know how to fight.
Thanks for the fight.
Here's your bet, and a little on top. I don't like giving it up, but I keep my word. And don't forget to go and see Tomlin. His jaw's gonna drop when he hears some out of town and kicked all our asses.
You have a kind master, eh, Matt?
I beat all your men.
Well, I'm jiggered. But I'm impressed. You're good. Here you go. We know how to appreciate a good fighter here. Not long ago, I heard the hired hands in Miskovitz spend the long hours away by fighting. You can go see for yourself if it's true.
That sounds quite good.
And in Kuttenberg, they fight in a tavern called the Hole in the Wall. The name suits it perfectly. So don't expect to be treated kindly.
That sounds worse. But I'll see. Maybe I'll go there and take a look sometime.
Oh, by the way, Darling was looking for you. Go and see him. He'll be glad. See you later.
Do you need something of me?
Well, I wanted to ask you for something.
Pray tell. What's it about?
You wouldn't want to have another bout, would you?
Right now?
Well, yeah.
Why? I already beat you. And Tuma and Stanley, too.
Exactly. So I figured that if I beat you now, you'll still win overall. But if Stanley saw me beat someone that kicked his ass, maybe he'd leave me alone.
And do you think you'd stand a chance to beat me?
Well, that's just it. I'd need you to help me a little.
Look, wouldn't you rather learn how to fight properly? I'll be happy to train you.
I don't know if it's a good idea. Auntie says I'm a little slow.
Oh, you'll manage. Knocking someone's teeth out is actually pretty simple. And you've got the strength of 3 men. So there's nothing for you to be afraid of.
Well, all right. Oof, I can't anymore.
Me neither. Let's take a break.
Do you think I stand a chance against Stanley now?
Definitely a better chance than if you pretended to beat me, but still knew nothing. I'm not saying you'll beat him to a pulp now, but at least you should be able to hit back.
Thanks, Emery. You're a true friend.
You're welcome.
Hey, do you like horses or dogs?
Of course I do.
Me too. I knew right away you like animals. I can tell. Come see me in Grun sometime. I'll take care of the horses and hands, and I'll tell you all about them.
You said you could teach me something. Like what?
Well, I don't know much, but I do...
You take care of dogs and horses here, right?
Aye, they're my favourite. They're kind, and when you're sad, they look at you with those big eyes of theirs.
You see? I'm sure you know a few tricks.
Can I have a few groschen for my trouble?
Of course. Tit for tat.
Thanks. So, what do you want to know?
You have a kind master, eh?
Quick! Die! Go! Die! Quick! Go!
Whoa!
That's mine. Find your own.
I'll show you.
Somebody kill that fucking mutt!
Useless. Show what you're made of.
I'm wounded!
Die! Oh, what's that nice... Good afternoon.
Is there something interesting around here?
You mean besides the army camp on the hill?
Something tells me you're not exactly happy about it.
What can I tell you? As soon as the army appeared in the county, the folk of Apatovitz were doomed.
What do you mean?
It used to be a peaceful village. Everyone minding their own business, helping each other. And have you seen what it looks like now?
I just saw remains of an abandoned village. It wasn't a pretty sight.
Exactly. A deserted and empty place, with a burnt-out ruin where there used to be a cottage. It'd make you cry.
The soldiers did that? Did they attack the village?
There was no attack. People just chose to leave on their own. I can't even imagine. You spend your whole life building something, and then you just leave it all behind. But it's probably better than waiting for someone to come and take everything from you.
Who's responsible for the burned-out cottage in Apatovitz?
Devil only knows. Maybe bandits or some other rabble. Maybe they were looking for something valuable. Or they wanted to take it by force.
And why do you stay here?
I live away from the village, so I was spared the ugliness.
So you were lucky, weren't you?
You think? That one camp pillaged the whole county. They cut down a big chunk of the forest to build fortifications. And to feed all those hungry mouths, they hunted down everything that moved. There's no game left. There used to be deer, wild boar, and hares. So many you couldn't count them all. And now, nothing.
I think I'll go back to Apatovitz. Should I watch out for anything in particular?
I wouldn't do that if I were you. Who knows what kind of rabble has taken up residence in those ruins?
Who lived there before? Did you know the people who lived here well?
You bet I did. There was an old man. We called him Honeypot. He had a lot of beehives in his yard. Everyone used to buy honey from him, but few knew that he made the best mead far and wide. Damn, I miss that old geezer.
Who lived in the house that burned down?
That's probably the saddest thing of all. The young married couple. They didn't have much, but they worked hard to save up some coin. I really hope they've gone someplace safe. They should be taking care of their babes, not scared for their lives.
You're right. I shouldn't push my luck.
That's right. You're young, and it would be a shame. Oof, bleeding like a... Pig! How can I help you today, friend?
Can I spend the night here? I'll pay you well if you let me spend the night here every now and then.
Forgive me, sir, unless you want to sleep on the hay.
That doesn't matter. I'd even be happy to pay for that bed of hay. Let's agree on a price. How's this?
More. Thanks. It was my pleasure to help you, sir.
Where can I spend the night?
You can sleep on the hay in the shed next to my lodge.
Show me your wares. I'd like to discuss the price.
Very well.
How's this?
We're getting close. Lower your price a little more and we can shake hands. Very well then. I'm glad you found what you were looking for, sir.
God! Quick! Quick!
Whoa! Whoa!
Go! God! Go!
Whoa! Whoa!
Die! Go!
Oh.
What are you doing here?
Friend, welcome. I'm glad you're passing by. At least I won't be celebrating alone. I'm a father. My first...
Well, congratulations.
Oh, Jonty. His name's Jonty.
I wish Jonty the best of health then.
My sentiments exactly. You have to drink to him with me. I've got some fine brandy here. Come on, let's drink to his health.
What kind of brandy is this exactly?
Why, it's the finest I have. My late father gave it to me, saying that when he had a but he didn't. It's been buried in the ground for 10 years, waiting.
All right. May he grow strong, and to Jonty's health. Ugh! That was fucking disgusting!
What?
Fuck! What was in that drink? Oh, Dopperdelle! That horse and robbed me! God! God! Go! God! Go! Go!
Women of virtue, gather round and listen.
Likely bloody story!
Whoa, whoa.
Ka! Quick! Go! Slowly. Nice and slow.
You should have a light. Good day. What would you like?
I need to find a Thunderstone, and I heard you might know of one.
Oh, yeah? Who told you that, then?
Some wayfarer in a tavern.
Really? Which one?
In Horshan.
There's no inn there, but the Bruthans have a farm out there. So I can guess what's going on here.
Well, I suppose you guessed right. Tomlin over Horsham way told me you pinched his Thunderstone. You and some Hensel fellow. So you better come clean before I let Tomlin beat the truth out of you.
Fuck me! So Bruthans made you his lackey? As if that stone hasn't caused enough trouble already.
Watch your tongue. I'm no one's lackey. And you, go on. What happened with the stone?
We fucked up. And all because of that stupid stone. I wish we'd never taken it.
So Tomlin was right. It was you. Where's the stone now?
I haven't the faintest. It was all Hensel's idea and he had it on him the whole time. And before you ask, no, Hensel's not here. Andrew is holding him captive.
Oh, for fuck's sake, I'm missing something here, and it's not just the stone. So tell me, what the fuck happened?
We wanted to butcher Andrew Ramhead's band of pillagers, but that's easier said than done. So Hensel got the idea that we could borrow Tomlin Bruthan's magic stone from him to help us fight them like, but Tomlin wasn't having it, so we filched it without him knowing, and then set off after those bandits. But everything went to shit. They caught Hensel and almost killed me and Stislav. So, you come a bit late for that fucking stone. Not that it brought us any luck anyway. If I were you, I'd give it up as a lost cause.
Where can I find this, Andrew?
Are you fucking with me?
No. I'm sorry about what happened to you, but I badly need to find that stone. You don't just lose something like that. And from what you said, it seems I don't have much choice.
I'm telling you, that stone's cursed. Weren't you listening to me?
You may have had bad luck, but that doesn't mean it's cursed. With stuff like that, you're playing with fire. You stole it from Tomlin, so the power of the stone turned against you. I didn't steal it from anybody, so I have nothing to worry about.
Well, if you put it like that, that never occurred to me.
You see? Now tell me where this camp of theirs is.
You'll come across some ponds between Raborj and Bohunjovic. Near one of them, there's a fork where wayfarers sometimes camp if they're stuck for a place to stay. From that fork, follow the water downstream, and you should find the ruins of an old mill.
And that's where they're holding Hensel? The one with the stone?
Yeah, there. But if I were you, I'd stay off the path. Take the hill and nip through the woods. You'll get to some rocks overlooking the mill. You'll have a bird's-eye view of everything from there. That's the way we went, too. But make sure they don't spot you. There's a good chance they've upped their guard after our attack.
Sound advice. Thanks.
Look, what's your plan, anyway?
Well, I'm thinking if I can find Andrew, I'll find Hensel. And then I'll finally get to the bottom of this shit with the Thunderstone.
Just be careful, because Andrew's a cunning fucker. Look, since you're going there anyway, I know I'm not in a position to ask you for anything, but still, do you think you could rescue Hensel?
Why doesn't the local lord do it?
'Cause he doesn't give a shit, for Christ's sake. He cares nothing for the likes of us, understand? Hensel's just a stable boy who toils with his hands. No lord's going to do a deal with Andrew for him.
And how, pray, do you expect me to do that?
I don't know, just something. 'Cause if you don't, I don't know who will. Andrew's a greedy bastard. Some coin might do it. Or you could sneak in quietly and slip back out with Hensel.
How about I just kill them all?
I thought best not to suggest that. You know how we ended up. But, you know, whatever you think's best. It's just, they're pretty tough and well-armed, you know.
I'll manage somehow. But the whole thing's getting so messy, it's almost like the stone's power is interfering somehow. But if I find a way, I'll help Hensel.
Thank you so much! May all the saints be with you, and I hope you have better luck than we did.
Hold on.
What's going on?
Do you have any coin to spare?
Tell me, how come you're begging? What happened to you?
Allow me to disabuse you of your misconception. I am no beggar. I simply find myself in a bind compelling me to rely on the kindness of good people.
So, you're begging?
But I'm not a beggar.
Why are you asking for charity? Fancy an ale, eh? The amount you're looking for, it sounds like you plan on downing a whole keg.
That wouldn't go amiss, but really, I need the coin so I can travel to Vlashim.
That's quite a way.
I've always found it to be a day or two's ride.
But I don't see any horse.
I don't have one. That is true. I'll join a caravan, ride along, pay for my way, my provisions and such.
Begging, but not a beggar, and he needs money to get to Vlashim. Oh, I've come across a fair few beggars before, but none have ever said that to me.
Must be a coincidence?
Look, you can tell me what's going on here.
I can't. You're prying way too much as it is.
I'm not going to do you any harm. What would I get out of that? If you're some sort of thief, so be it. Do I look like a catchpole hunting down criminals? That's the last thing I need. If you tell me what's going on, maybe I can be of help.
My name is Odolin von Wottitz. My father is Albert von Wottitz.
So you're a nobleman?
That I am.
What really happened?
I escaped from prison.
Why were you in prison?
I was a hostage. My father fell out with a couple of noblemen from the League of Lords. This rankled them, so they ambushed me one day as I was running errands for my father. Then everything happened so fast. They detained me and sent my father a message. If your son's life matters to you, you won't make any trouble. He had no choice but to do what they said. These are tough times, eh?
How did you escape?
Well, I gradually figured out who was guarding me and when. One of the guards used to come into my chamber and talk to me from time to time.
You had a chamber? No dungeon?
No. You don't keep a nobleman detained like a murderer, waiting for the news. I had a room where I was guarded.
All right. Carry on.
Well, I steadily worked on that guard. Once he was convinced I wasn't going to escape, he stopped being so attentive and I managed to pinch his key. Then I just snuck out that night, and that was it.
Sounds like you got pretty lucky.
Lucky or not, I had no wish to spend another moment in that chamber.
How long were you held?
A year? Perhaps a year and a half? Yes, that seems about right.
What are you going to do now?
My priority is to get back home to my family and discuss it with them. And I need to move fast before anything goes wrong.
I can spare you a few coins. It's a lot more than I normally give, I have to say.
Thank you so much. May the Lord repay your kindness.
Do you know what? No one should forcibly be kept away from their family. And certainly not on account of some lordly quarrel. Take more. Here.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Farewell. I hope you make it home safely.
Thanks.
Easy. Easy. Nice and slow.
Start praying! I'll chop you up, you shit! I think I got it.
Stop! God's here!
I'm on them! Hey! Get him! You want to try me? Mercy!
Aye, aye, you silly doggy. No. I can't leave now.
Hey! By all the saints, don't leave me here! Please!
Thanks. Whoever you are, come on. Let's get the hell out of here. Let me get out of here first.
You all right?
Yeah, I am. All things considered. Thanks for rescuing me. You have no idea how grateful I am. God knows what they would have done to me in the end. All that aside, who are you, anyway?
Henry.
I'm Hensel, and I owe you big time, Henry. Though, in all honesty, I'm not sure why I was worth all that trouble. But grateful nonetheless.
Peter told me what happened.
Peter? Well, thank the saints for him. So he's safe and sound, is he?
In a manner of speaking. He got shot, but nothing serious.
What about Stislav?
I have no idea.
Ah, well, I hope he's all right and all.
Listen, it wasn't exactly by chance that I ran into Peter either. I was looking for you in the village because of the Thunderstone you stole from Tomlin in Horsham, who, by the way, is royally fucking upset with you.
Well, I suppose I would be too if I were him. But I have to say, the whole Thunderstone idea was the stupidest I've ever had. It brought us no luck, no protection. Well, the opposite, in fact.
Let's forget that for a moment. What I really need to know is where the stone ended up.
You won't be surprised to hear. Ramed snatched it from me when I was captured. He didn't believe it had any powers, but he has a nose for money. That's all that matters to him. From what I heard, he sold it in Sukdom to some farmer's wife, I think he said, Mlada or something. Well, from the edge of the village.
Sakra. That stone really is cursed. Well, there's nothing for it. I'm off to Suchdol.
Hold your horses. That wasn't the only thing I heard. There's this pond below Raborsh, right? And on the bank, across from the village, there's a small crag. Somewhere around there, they hid some of their spoils.
Well, they hid it all right, but not well enough.
What? You filched Andrew's stash? Well, good for you. Serves the bastard right. I was gonna cast an eye there myself, but I see there's no need to bother now. Well, thanks again for everything, and God be with you wherever you may go.
I should go back.
Look what I have for you. Listen to what I have to say. Only a blind man can't see it. Sigismund is 1,000 times better than Wenceslas ever was. I hear he settled in Gutenberg. They can't write from
Greetings to you two.
You have a kind master, eh, Ducky?
Welcome, sir. What can I do for you?
Would you repair a few things for me?
Great. What would you like this fine morning?
Show me your wares. A word about the price.
Well, I suppose we can try. You see, I knew we'd make a deal. I'm glad you found what you were looking for, sir.
Right, listen to what I have to say. Only a blind man can't see it. The thing is, when there's 1,000 times
Remember the 9th commandment. And now go in peace. Amen.
Thank you, Father.
I'm at your service, sir.
I don't feel much like
Who just came barging in here? You're not allowed here. Next time, don't come in here without permission. I should look to see if anything's missing.
Wrong place.
So you won't leave? As you wish, you moron.
Now you don't have a chance.
I'll get you!
shoot you dead.
You don't have a chance.
Come and see the criminal! A miscreant who couldn't keep his hands off other people's locks and purses. Gather round! Take a good look. This scoundrel...
I'm at your service.
I heard you bought a Thunderstone from Andrew Ramhead. Is that so?
Well, it is. What's it to you?
Andrew Ramhead took it from Hensel from Raborsh, who in turn stole it from Tomlin Brookhans down Horshan way.
And? I don't know those people. Even if it's true, I knew nothing about it. I bought the stone fair and square, and for good money. My husband's gravely ill and nothing's helping. The stone is to heal him.
And what ails your husband?
Peter went to lie down one afternoon and he hasn't budged since. He's not eating and he's barely talking to anyone. What's worse, soon after he took ill, a Minerva owl perched on the roof one evening.
A Minerva owl? I assume that doesn't bode well, does it?
No, not at all. An owl on your roof means death is closing in. That's why I need the stone. If it weren't for the stone, I'm sure Peter would be gone by now.
So am I to understand that if your husband heals, you won't need the stone?
Well, a stone like this is a precious thing. It can still protect us from all manner of misfortune.
But you bought it to save your husband.
That may be, but I'll not be wanting to lose that stone.
How about this? I'll try to help your husband, and if I succeed, you'll gift me the stone.
Why would I do that? The stone is bound to help him.
What if the power of the stone brought me here to help your husband?
I hadn't thought of it like that.
So, How about we make a deal?
All right, but only if you help him.
Of course. I'll take a look at him and see what I can do.
And please hurry. With that owl and everything, I'm quite sure the Reaper's nearby. You'll find Peter in his room.
All right. I'll take a look at him and see if there's anything I can do. It's usually a good idea to speak to others who are close to the sufferer. That may be able to explain a few things, especially if the patient himself isn't very communicative.
Aha. I see you really have done this before. I'm starting to believe that stone really did draw you here. So, ask around on the farm if you need to. We'll all be at your service.
Perfect. I'll get on with it. And I'd better check the whole room, just in case.
Do whatever it takes to help Peter.
Can you think of something that might help me heal him? Anything?
I can't. I'm desperate myself. I've tried just about everything. Peter is just an ordinary cooper. We've lived here for years. We go to church. My husband doesn't travel outside the village often. This last time he had some business in Pechgau, near Kolin, but he came back empty-handed. Breathless and confused. He was fumbling around here for a few days, not doing his job, just spending time in his workshop. Lord knows what he was doing in there. Then he went to bed, and since then, he's just been lying there. He doesn't eat. Not even the potions are helping. He doesn't sleep a wink at night. At least, I don't think he does. If I stopped sleeping too, our homestead would fall apart.
I'll ask him why he can't sleep. What's tormenting him?
Try that. He won't speak to me about anything. It's as if he was keeping secrets from me. Or maybe just protecting me from something. God be with you, sir. Needs to simmer a bit longer.
My heart's going to break. Let it be over with. Damn it.
Peter, my name is Henry. I'm here to help you.
Another poor bloke that's to deal with me. As if Marder didn't have enough on her plate already.
I'll try to figure out what's wrong with you. I'll examine you. Just by eye. Pale skin. Dark circles under the eyes. A downcast expression on the face. I don't see any bruises. A few calluses and cuts on the hands. Nothing unusual for a craftsman after a hard day in the workshop.
I told you. I'm not in any pain. Just let me lie here.
Irritability. No foul odour. Bodily humours aren't leaking. And you aren't bleeding.
But I will, when Sigismund's horde gets here.
Why would Sigismund attack Suchtal?
He does as he pleases. You have no idea how many villages he's plundered already.
I reckon attacking a village protected by a fortress is the last thing Sigismund would want to do now.
The fortress is what's bothering him. That's why he'll destroy it. And us with it.
I don't know about that. Don't be alarmed. I need to take a closer look. Let's see. No swelling. No cancer on the skin. Does this hurt?
Nothing hurts.
Your palms are cold. Your muscles are tense. And your heart's pounding so hard you could hear it all the way to Prague. You seem like you're ready to fight. Or flee.
They're getting close now.
Who is?
The soldiers. Sigismund's men.
Well, physically, you seem fine, Peter. It's strange.
I'm a weakling. A weakling.
What are your nights like? Mladder said you don't sleep much.
I just stare at the wall. I try to sleep during the day, but it's not much better.
Well, it's certainly no fever or pain that's ailing you. I assume it's dark thoughts that keep you up at night.
I can't fall asleep. Because of all the noblemen who keep coming to Lord Pisek's fortress, I'm always hearing hoofbeats, and they startle me.
So Lord Pisek likes to host nobles at his fortress? What's so unusual about that?
And what do you think they're doing here, eh? Preparing for war. That's what.
If Lord Pisek was about to go to war, he'd be gathering a lot more men here than a couple of nobles.
Folk ought to be scared to leave the village. Mezoles is gone. And when I saw Abatovitz, Suchtol is next. I'm sure of it.
What am I going to do with you, Peter? There's nothing wrong with you physically, so it must be an ailment of the soul. The chamomile decoctions will help calm your mind, but you'll have to change your diet as well, so you don't just drink potions. And last but not least, some words of encouragement wouldn't be amiss. You'll be back on your feet in no time. I'll get things ready and be back soon. Peter, let's talk about how we can help you. I have some suggestions for treatment.
I'm listening.
I didn't want to leave anything to chance, so I cast a spell here.
What kind of spell?
I buried protective relics here on your property.
Where did you bury them?
I can't tell you that, naturally. If I told you, they'd lose their protective powers.
And what did you bury?
A battle axe. It belonged to a warrior who fought at Nicopolis. He's a priest now. He fought with Sigismund there.
One of Sigismund's soldiers? Then you've cursed us, not protected us.
On the contrary. The axe knows Sigismund's tactical weaknesses. That's why I chose it. I also added a monk's bone.
What monk?
One from Sasau. He performed great miracles there, helping refugees from the war and aiding the construction of the monastery. It's no chicken bone from a charlatan. And finally, I buried some eggs.
Eggs?
Seeds of life. If the army really does attack, these three things will protect you. They will weaken the soldiers, help you escape, and when you return to the village after the siege, life will blossom here again.
I thank you very much.
You should drink the chamomile decoction.
Great. Another potion.
This one will help you sleep. Once your body gets used to sleeping at night and staying awake during the day, you'll feel much better. You'll see. Proper sleep will chase away the gloom. And if restlessness tries to take hold of you again, your body will have the strength to fight it. Every morning you'll be stronger and stronger until you're able to work again.
We'll see about that.
A bit of prayer won't hurt. Lord, have mercy on Peter here, and lift from him the weight of his affliction. For you have laid upon him, unless you, I beg of you, O Lord, heal his...
Amen.
You need to start eating again. First, ask Mladder to get you some honey.
You think some honey...
It'll give you stamina. But you have to admit, Mother Nature, where bloodwort helps with bleeding, any melancholia wanted soon, you'll be as busy as a bee and getting on swimmingly. Start eating fat in the belly will surely...
I suppose that makes sense.
Listen, Peter. I'm not much of a speaker, but if you're scared of Sigismund's soldiers, trust me when I tell you, and you'd be surprised how much strength and courage you can find when you're backed into a corner. So don't run from your fear. Laugh in its face instead.
I'm not worried about myself.
Then keep reminding yourself of that. Look at me. A blacksmith because I decided on...
You're right.
Don't run from the fight. Especially the one going on inside. Well then, I've done everything I can. Things will get better, Peter. You'll see. Anyway, I'll come back to see you in a few days. I examined Peter, found out what I could. I'll come back to see you in a few days. Until then...
Thank you. I'll pray.
Besides praying, you can brew up some of the chamomile. It's made of wine, chamomile, and sage. And even if you don't do it exactly...
I'll learn how to do it. Thank you very much. Greetings, sir.
Is it possible? It's happening. No, I mean the bit about... A tankard of ale, thanks.
May God give you health, sir. I'm sorry.
God bless.
Greetings to you two. I apologize.
Excuse me.
Well, sir.
As long as I have enough to pay for people always tell me things about... So, lad, when you're quench... Well?
As good as death. When he takes the fight, nearly...
What do you want?
What do you have for sale? Let's talk about the price.
Very well.
That, and a little tip.
Well, well. I'm glad you found what you needed. How can I help you, sir? Christ, pardon me. God be with you, sir.
Show me your wares.
Maybe next time then, sir.
I'm not interested. This is about money. What? Go on, then. He wants to fleece us again. Damn it, that's just what we need. Exactly. We'll have to
That's
talk
right.
to the others this evening and decide what to do. It can't go on like this. Innkeeper, a beer. May God give you health, sir. God bless. Am I supposed to open my mouth and wait for it to rain? I heard she was sick. I just wanted to know if she's feeling better.
It was nothing. Just a slight cold. Aye, a man would be calling for the priest, but women are made of stronger stuff.